Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video with the Answers Moth. Today I want to talk about something which has got onto the nerves of everyone, and that is the fact that multiplayer for Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought is not free. You have to pay, if you're in Britain, you have to pay £12.79. I think that's around $15, $16. That is, like, first of all, multiplayer should be free, okay? But let's just say hypothetical scenario, you have a game and you do the ultimate stupid thing and you make multiplayer where you have to pay for it. It should be no higher than £5. No higher than that. Because if it's higher than that, then you're basically saying to your community, fuck you, basically. That's what the UAD mob developers have done. They're basically giving their community the middle finger with this DLC. And the funny thing is that all of the reviews, ever since this DLC was announced that it was good, you have to pay for it, all the reviews, every single one is negative. Every single one. And the game is being absolutely obliterated by these reviews. I haven't properly gone through all of the reviews, so there's possibly some positive reviews, but most of them that I've seen are negative reviews. And I can understand why people are so frustrated. I can understand that, it's obvious, people are annoyed. People are more than annoyed. Let me. Okay. Just. No. Don't do that. But yeah, this is a major screw up by the developers of UAD. They are being unimaginably greedy. They are being very greedy. They promised aircraft carriers. They promised other things. I know aircraft carriers was one of the major things that they promised last year, and we still don't have aircraft carriers. They promised to fix all the bugs before multiplayer. That was a total lie. They didn't say if multiplayer was going to be free or whatnot, so I can't comment on that. But the fact that they've released multiplayer for £12.79, that is disgusting. And all I can say to you, devs, is you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should honestly be ashamed of yourselves, because if you do not fix this properly, if you do not act quickly, and you do not make multiplayer free, your game is going to suffer. It won't die, because I don't think this is going to kill the game, but your game will suffer big time. You have basically said to your community, fuck you, I don't like you, I want your money. That's what you've basically said. You've given your community the biggest middle finger in history. This is unacceptable. This is uncalled for. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Now, I don't want anyone going after these devs. I don't want anyone to start, doxing them or harassing them or whatnot. Please don't do that. Please do not do that. Because if you do that, I will not allow that. I think that is totally unacceptable. What the devs have done is wrong, yes, and they should be held accountable. But that doesn't mean that you then go after them and start attacking them and whatnot. That is unacceptable. What I think the devs should do is stop all coding, stop it all, just pause. Look at the mess you've done. Look at the major error you have done. Because every single game in history that has tried to monetize multiplayer has failed absolutely abysmally. I tried to find the right word there. But every single game that has tried to monetize multiplayer has just completely failed. Completely collapsed. And no game should ever monetize multiplayer. Never. You should never do that. You can release multiplayer for free, but then figure out other ways to monetize your game further. Do not monetize multiplayer, because then your player base is going to revolt. I mean, it's common sense. Do not monetize multiplayer, because now your game is suffering. You are starting to see the red wave come across your game. Your game is being review bombed. Now, I'm not sure how bad this review bombing is going to get, because it's still early days. But I predict that it's not going to be an all-out like nuclear explosion like what happened to War Thunder. But I think it's going to be bad enough that it is going to cripple this game for quite a while. Now, War Thunder's been crippled, I think, forever. They lost a absolute metric damn ton of players because of what they did. And then they got review bombed into the ground. Now, please, devs, this game is really good. It's got a lot of bugs. I know that. But for God's sakes, listen to your community. Fix the bugs. At least, just please, fix the bugs in the game. Make sure you prioritize what the player base is saying. Because I've put in bug reports and you've completely ignored them. I think that is unacceptable. I really think that is unacceptable. I think you need to step back and just look at what you've done. And really think to yourself, is this worth it? Because I'll tell you something, no it's not. Make multiplayer free. Because if you make multiplayer free, the likelihood of more people coming to your game and buying the base game will increase. Because you've made multiplayer a pay DLC where people have to pay for the DLC, I wouldn't be surprised if your the amount of people paying for your game decreases by quite a lot really quickly. I wouldn't be surprised. And the fact that you just released multiplayer and you have said, we are hello fellow captains, we are really happy to announce that the multiplayer version of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought is now available as an optional DLC. We are really happy to announce. Basically, you're basically saying, we've made this multiplayer DLC. We don't give a shit if you don't like it or not. Like, why? Why would you destroy your game? Why would you do this? You could get so much more money out of this if you made multiplayer free. It would attract more people. Because then people would look at it and think, oh, hey, this is basically like, I don't know, World of Warships, but you can make your own ships. That's basically what it's like. But no, you haven't. You've completely screwed yourself and the community by making multiplayer where you have to pay for multiplayer. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. It's totally unacceptable. Please remove the price cap from the DLC. Make the DLC free, because otherwise your game is going to either suffer or it's going to fail. The likelihood of it completely failing, I don't think is very high at the moment. But if you keep on this track of actively destroying your game and ignoring your player base and just like put your fingers in your ear, you're not going to have a game by the end of this year, I reckon. If you carry on this path of self-destruction, you're not going to have a game. You really are not. Now, I'm going to say again, to everyone who watches this video, please, for the love of God, do not go after these devs and attack them. Do not type death threats and whatnot. Just don't do that, because it's wrong. It's inhumane, and I do not. I don't like that stuff. I do not like that stuff. I think it's wrong. The best way you can show your disagreement and your disappointment is by leaving a review on Steam of the game. Just leave a review. Do not swear in the review. Do not be overly aggressive in the review. Just leave a review, just showing your disappointment and your upset, that you're upset and that you don't agree with this. That's all you have to do, because then not only is that the right way to do it, but the devs will look at it and think, oh, this guy has he's made a review, he hasn't sworn in it, he hasn't been malicious in it, he hasn't been overly hurtful in it, he's left a constructive review stating the things that he doesn't like, stating the things that he thinks should be prioritized. I like this review. And I hope the devs really, really take that into consideration, that they actually look at these reviews and think, yeah, we'll take that on board. We'll fix the bugs. We'll do this and do that. Because at the moment, this DLC for multiplayer, it is 100% wrong. 100% wrong. And I think they need to just stop it. They need to just stop. They need to make it free, or otherwise their game's not going to be around for much longer. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Put in the comment section what you think of the paid multiplayer DLC. I think it's wrong. I would love to hear your opinions on it and what you guys think of what I've said in this video. Because you know, everyone is open to their own opinion. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.